Those kind words, and it is an honor indeed in every way to serve with you, both here in the Congress and for the kingdom of our Lord. You know, I go back and I think of some of the words of our very first president. He said that there were two indispensable supports upon which this entire nation rests. They were religion and morality. And about those things, he said, in vain would that person claim the tribute of patriotism who would labor to subvert these two pillars of human happiness. In fact, he said, you could not claim to be a patriot if you did not understand the role of religion and morality as indispensable supports of this great country. And the reason for that is because this concept of limited government can only work when the people are able to self-govern their own lives with an authentic understanding of right and wrong. It is when people are able to govern their lives properly that we are able to enjoy the blessings of liberty in a country with limited government overseeing and bearing down on our lives. And so these are indispensable supports that these days we are chipping away at on a regular basis. And we see the results of it as now night after night after night on television. We're watching radical left groups hijacking our cities and turning them into war zones. We're watching the horror, the spectacle of the violence and the burning and the looting, the destruction of human lives and businesses, of dreams, of what America consists of. And here we sit in this place doing virtually nothing about it. The silence is not only deafening, it's frightful. As we sit here doing nothing, in fact, the chants continue from the other side of the aisle. It seems as though there is an embracing of these types of chants that all cops are bad, to defund the police. It's as though we don't realize that it is impossible to have law and order if in the mix of it somewhere we don't have law enforcement. These types of chants are not only idiotic, they're dangerous, and they have consequences. This type of rhetoric in and of itself lights a fire for more of it. And we're watching the consequences, as my friend just talked about a few moments ago, as police officers are being killed and shot and cities destroyed. Is this the kind of country we want to leave to our children, our grandchildren? Do we want to pass this problem on to them and say, tag, you're it, you go fix it? You know, this is our country, both sides of the aisle. This is our country. These are our dreams. These are our values of life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness, and we are watching them burn down right in front of us while we do nothing about it. Now is the time for this chamber to stand up and to be vocal that we as Americans, both sides of the aisle, love those things that unite us as a nation. And we continue down this path of opposition to the Judeo-Christian principles upon which our nation was founded on, and the truth is Marxism and anarchy have no place in America, and it's our responsibility to defend those rights, to defend those blessings, and now is the time to stand up and discontinue this assault on our country and the values that bring us together and bring people from all over the world to this great nation, rather than for us to continue burning them down. And so I just want to thank my friend, and the reality is if we do not stand up for American values and these great principles, no one else will. It is our task in this chamber to do the right thing, and I deeply appreciate my friend for leading the way on this issue and for allowing me a few moments to speak. I thank you.
I'm honored to have Representative Jody Hice, a warrior for America's traditional values, for our Constitution, for our rule of law, join in this important conversation with the American people in the People's House. Honored to have you and grateful for your words. Who would have thought that we would be here while once great American cities are being